Hi, Islamic Dad here. If you enjoy this channel, please subscribe. It does help me out a lot. I'm fighting a cold, so that's why I sound like I'm fighting a cold. I have still mutual friends that are in the same social circle as my covert narcissist ex-girlfriend. And sometimes, whether I want to hear it or not, they give me updates on her latest craziness. And something that happened, I guess, really recently was she made a big, social media splash with a photo of herself in the hospital, which had been obviously taken by her one-handed, and so just full stop right there. I don't know about you, but when I'm in the hospital, taking photos is the last thing I want to do. I just want to get the hell out of there. And often I'm usually too sick to even mess with my phone at that point. So again, very, very much narcissistic to take a photo of yourself in the hospital. And then, accompanying the photo was a, wall of text and, going on about how she's been sick for the past couple of months, how she has this ailment, this other ailment, and how she, doesn't like her doctors at, the hospital. She doesn't like her doctors at her, general practitioner's practice, etc. Just kind of going on and on and on. And then making a, I would almost say it sounds like a false plea for, help finding a new doctor or something like that. And so I thought it would be, I want to make this video because it's a great example of, a behavior that is very common in covert narcissists, not common in normal people, and not common in other types of narcissists where he's, maybe overt or malignant. I don't think that they would even, this would even be on their radar. And so, normally, even covert narcissists, in my experience, really their bread and butter, their meat and potatoes, is simple, acknowledgement of their existence and validation of who they are. Basically, they need someone to always confirm their false self. And that constant attention, just doing that is enough for them. That's their supply that just gets them through the day, the week, the month, the year. But, occasionally there seems to be times, for whatever reason, I don't know, where that flavor of supply is not what they want. They want this different flavor, which is comprised of attention and sympathy. And so instead of being acknowledged for who they pretend to be, they want sympathy for their hardship or their ailment or their, bad circumstances. And so you'll see this where, if a covert narcissist loses a job, fights migraines, has, health, physical issues, if they have specific mental ailments, as far as maybe they have, ADHD, or they have depression or something like that. And let me back up. So I'm not trying to single out any of those or invalidate any of them. My point is that there's lots of people that say deal with childhood trauma, that are chronically depressed or bipolar, and they deal with it, and they try to do their best and go through life, but they don't make that their identity. For myself, I'm okay, I fight dysthymia, okay, but I don't talk about dysthymia on this channel or constantly to anyone else in my life. It's just something like saying like, okay, I have a beard. I don't talk about my beard all the time. Whereas with a covert narcissist, they will make their ailment or their mental health diagnosis or their circumstances their identity. So they will say, you might have someone who goes on and on about how they can't find a job, or they'll go on and on about how they have this rare blood disease. And the thing is, like, one thing you'll notice is that they want attention and sympathy, but if you give it to them, they don't get better. At least I know multiple covert narcissists. All of them in my life, when you try to help them, at best you're ignored, and at worst they get pissed off, and they will fight and argue with you and say, why are you trying to invalidate my feelings or my my ailment or my experience? And I'm not asking you to fix me. And it's like, well, actually, you kind of are, because you're making this public and literally saying, make recommendations or displaying these circumstances or these ailments. So, again, it's just sometimes it seems like covert narcissists want a different flavor of supply, and so they will announce to the world that they're dealing with, a bad hip, or that they have this horrible boss at work, or they have this, they've just been diagnosed with this mental health issue. And they just go on and on and on, and they simply want the attention and sympathy. And so, I just thought it was interesting because, again, normal people don't do it, and even other types of narcissists don't exhibit this type of behavior. And, this just recently happened, so I thought it was a great opportunity to, make a video and touch on it specifically, because I don't think that I had done that yet. So hopefully this video's been helpful. Thanks.